Hello everyone, I hope you had a lovely week. As you can see, I'm working on my annual project of knitting a blanket depending on the weather in Scotland. So I've changed the colours from winter to spring to summer, and of course this is now the last weeks of summer I'm knitting, and I have to knit a little bit from yesterday where we had sunshine, so it's the yellow thread, but today it rained, so today's not going to be yellow. I thought I'd do a Q&A as I had promised a wee while now, because there's reoccurring questions that always come up in the comment section, so I thought today would be a good day to do that. So the first question I would like to answer is, where did you relocate from? Because I often talk about relocation and that Scotland is my chosen home and that I relocated alone as a single mother at the time. I was in Germany at the time, before I relocated to Scotland. I was also born and socialized in Germany, but I have also lived in France and the United States, actually in Mississippi, and in France I lived in Paris. So I have been a bit all over the place. I have always liked Scotland and loved Scotland and traveled in Scotland a lot and wanted to relocate earlier, but life got in the way. And I made it only in 2012 to relocate to Scotland with my then 10-year-old son. So that is a bit of the background of where I'm from and where I relocated from. So when I came to Scotland in 2012, we were still part of the European Union, so you had free movement to all European countries, so that meant you could just go and live anywhere you'd like. Today that is very different. You would have to apply for a visa. There's a point system just like in the United States or Australia or other countries. So today it's way more difficult to get to the UK and to Scotland if you were thinking about relocating. So you would have to look into this a little bit thoroughly to see whether that is an option for you. The next question I get asked frequently is, where is your accent from? And I think that is an answer in itself by maybe saying where I relocated from, but I think my accent is very mixed and not very placeable. That is possibly because I have lived in multiple places, and my accent is influenced by Scots Gaelic that I speak as well, and as its own language and own pronunciation, it is very different from English or Scots English. Gaelic is more spoken in the Highlands and Islands these days. There are signs and names on, like, and the police cars have the word in English and in Gaelic these days. So does our train station, for example. But not many people where I am actually do speak it. So Scots Gaelic has a lot of rolling R's and is a very pronounced language. So hopefully that gives you an answer on my accent as well then. Another question I get asked frequently is, why am I talking about recovery in some of my vlogs? There are actually some vlogs on my channel where I go into details about that and talk about recovery, and that I have a mental health issue that I'm recovering from, and that happened in 2022. I was unable to work for a long time. I'm still not yet back to work. I'm going to ease back into work possibly in the next 6 months. And I'm preparing for this in my own way, and I talk about the help I received for my anxiety and the path I went in the recovery process and what I learned from that as well. So if you like, go and research a little bit in the older vlogs that are on my channel where I talk about this in more detail. I hope that answers the question for now, but if you have a question, leave a comment and I will get back to you. Another question I got asked a number of times is, what do I work? And the answer is, at the moment, YouTube and being a creator is my work. As I'm monetized now and have decided that I want to go along that path, as I love the creative process so much, the community so much, I would like to have that as part of my role and income in the future. So initially that wasn't the plan. As some of you know, I had used that outlet as a help to recover from my mental illness, to be creative, to be out and about, and to produce something that is beautiful and calm was my aim. So with that in mind, I then became a monetized content creator, and that is now part of my job, and I make plans on filming days and where am I going, what am I doing, and of course there's a lot of administrative things to YouTube as well. I worked before I fell ill. I had my own business, and I still have part of my own business that I started when I came to Scotland. I am technically an agent connecting businesses. That is something that I did employed before I relocated, so in Germany, and then started my own business. But with Brexit, 80% of that fell away, and I was then taking on another job, employed for some years. So my aim now is to work on my business that's left, to be a YouTube and content creator, and I'm also thinking about becoming a wedding planner for elopement weddings. As you know, my husband and I got married in 2021 in the Highlands. There's another vlog on that as well. And we eloped, so nobody really knew that we got married, and it was the most magical, beautiful, lovely experience that you can imagine. And I would like to provide this to other people who also think about an intimate wedding in a lovely and beautiful scenery, just for yourself. If you are fancying this, this is something I will do in the future. I will keep you in the loop if you're interested on this. And I'm working on websites and Instagram and all of that at the moment in the background. So in the future I have that role as well. So a good mixture of things that I love doing and create an income, because as some of you will know, if you are in recovery and unable to work, that will put a strain financially on your household income as well, and that is not an easy thing. As you're already stressed and not well, that stresses you further and puts pressure on you. So anyway, that is what I am working at the moment, besides being a part of a homemaker, I guess, as well. I bake a lot, as you know, and I'm looking after the house, as my husband is not home a lot. He is commuting to work, so he's out of the house for 12 hours every day. So that means he's not able to do much at the moment. However, so that answers that question, I hope. As you can see, I'm still on this row because there is 280 loops for every row I'm knitting on this. So this is going to be a blanket for my husband and I for the sofa in the winter months. And it's going to be around 2 meters by 2 meters. So it's quite a big blanket. But I'm really looking forward to using it. I have so much fun creating it. And as you can see, there was a lot of sunshine this year in Scotland, because all the yellow means it was a sunny day, and I like that so much. I hope I was able to answer the questions that you had. If you have more questions, let me know. I'm happy to do another Q&A. And for now, I say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for all your support on the channel. I appreciate that. And at the end of the video, as I always say, Tach Baleef, which means thank you. Thank you very much, and lots of love to you.